Hey everybody, this is Pickles. You're in the barrel. I've just been thinking about jobs, different jobs. I've been trying to get summer jobs for between, summer and spring for school stuff, for educator work, as I am approximate to education in my work. I have a similar schedule to them. And I've been thinking about how lots of different jobs you need, somehow the timing, the networking, and chance need to all line up and be perfect and line up together in order for jobs to work, and for you to get a job, and for the people who provide jobs, the small business owners, the people who make those entrepreneurial decisions. Everything just has to line up so well, and it's amazing to me. It's shocking, just how few of them actually end up succeeding to me. I forget this exact statistic that I saw, but it's something absurd. It's something like over 70 or 80% of the businesses that start end up failing, end up bankrupt, end up going under. I think that's shocking. I think, in some senses, absolutely shocking. But as I'm thinking farther, right, like businesses do tend to need a whole lot of specific leadership, right? And that's one of the things in the adjacent to school industry, hearing about things. I get a little confused, a little frustrated with some things, because some of the people out here, it seems like they're there just for the paycheck, and they're not there to help the students, help the teachers. They're there to just help themselves, to give kids a worksheet and call it a day, give people show them a video and call it good. That just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't seem to have a lot of a principle, It seems to just be self-centric, focused on only what I can do for myself. They show up to meetings, they don't add any input, they don't improve themselves, they leave as soon as their hours are up. It's shocking to me, just how little principle some people in the education space have. And as myself, trying not to be an educator like that, I'm trying to get in there and try to be in this space with educators and be supportive and be positive and do my job to the best of my ability and show people that I might not have like the specific credential, but I have the drive to do what's necessary to get the job done. And in my mind, I think a lot of that actually ends up coming from me personally, from my faith, right? From the belief that Jesus Christ is Lord and God and King, right? Like he is the one who has all of the power, and he provides the backing for lots of people's positive growth, right? That isn't to say that nobody without Christ has morals, but the morals tend to be more worldly justified, right? Self-centric, selfish, right? They tend to look out for them and theirs, and not for the common good for anybody they meet. Obviously there is some part of Christianity that says, yes, look to God, look to your family, look to your children. But there's also a part of Christianity that says love your neighbor as yourself, right? And that includes your family, like your wife, your kids, but that also includes just random people that you encounter. It means don't be cruel, don't be mean, don't be taking advantage of people unnecessarily, right? And maybe advantage of them, period, right? If you're taking advantage of somebody, you're not loving them necessarily, right? There are some situations in which people probably need to be taken advantage of to have the wake-up call to turn their lives around, right? But that's not like a, hey, everybody should do this, right? That's a God-directed, hey, this is going to happen, but for a good purpose, not to harm you, not to hurt you, right? As people intend it, right? If somebody personally takes advantage of some other person, they are purposefully intending to harm them or to misuse them or to make them misuse their money on a service or a good. And I find that, subpar. It's the idea of, in my mind, going a little bit back to education there, it's the idea that some teachers like to teach with just authority, and other teachers like to teach with directionality, right? Now, the difference there becomes the people that like to teach with just authority make the classroom theirs and theirs alone, and tell you what to do and when to do it and how to do it, but don't necessarily give you the why behind what they do it, right? What you're doing, why you're doing it, right? Whereas the directionality approach, in my mind, it becomes a sort of, here's what you need to do. Show me, right? Let me see, show me how you are going to do it. Make this your best work, not something straight out of my head that you're replicating. And I like that a whole lot. I like that much better. I think that provides space for more people to do more things in a better manner. I think that in classrooms and in living, right? If you were to scale that up to a political thing, I think that gives room to more people doing more things for the benefit of everybody. It shows the creativity, it shows the positivity, the warmth, the generosity within people. But then you also have the flip side, right? Where you have the option within the directionality approach to be the person who is the other side of that, the negativity, the cruel, right? Because it lets you do it how you want, right? And that makes a difference, right? So in best example I can think of this would be Lord of the Rings, right? You've got Aragorn, who is the heir to the throne of Gondor. He is the king. He is the rightful ruler of a massive nation, right? And you start off in the series and you don't know him. He looks shady, he looks distrusting or untrustable, right? He's dark, he's dreary, he's wearing dark clothing. And as you go, the more actions he takes, the more you see of him, the more Tolkien writes about his actions and about the interactions with him, the more you see his character. The character that is amiable and nice and kind and has all of the positive qualities that one might want in one who is above, in authority, right? Which makes even his monarchy something that is positive, right? A singular source of power becomes something good. Whereas you have the flip side of him, which is like the evil people, right? The main one of the movies is Sauron, right? Where you've got everybody in Middle-earth is essentially trying to fight Sauron or fight with him. And he is everything detestable. He is cruel and angry and malicious and sowing malcontent into things and corrupt, trying to gain all of the power, right? Trying to make everything under his authority. And we can kind of see the crossplay in between those two, where Aragorn's character, while not power hungry, not seeking everything, right? Has the right to the throne, and in the end claims it, of course. But he also inspires other characters. Frodo is inspired by him. Sam, Gandalf, in some sense, has to be inspired by him because he is trying to put him on the throne. He sees him as this moral good, this positive, this everything amiable, everything good in the world. Even people as small as Merry and Pippin are heartened by Aragorn's, high quality character. When the time comes for him to rule, right? Everybody under him is happy about it. Everybody under him is joyful about this. Whereas you have Sauron, whose lust for power and greed over all things, right? People don't generally seem happy under him. Even if you listen to the orcs underneath him, they are vile, they are cruel, they are nasty, they curse each other and backstab each other and try and be greedy underneath one of each other to grab the most power under Sauron. And even when you look at characters that end up corrupted in the end of the books and the movies, like Saruman, who falls prey to the power that Sauron has, the power that he has already obtained. That shows you that sometimes, yes, the bad can corrupt the good, but the good always inspires others from the best, from the greatest to the least, to rise up against that evil, right? Think about how Gandalf is trying to, get everything rolling. He's trying to provide the right advice, provide the good advice, the positive moral, leadership that leads Frodo to stand up and say, I'll do it. That leads Sam to stand up and say, I'll go with him, right? That Merry and Pippin are both going with him, that he makes the fellowship, right? The fellowship of men, dwarves, elves, and hobbits all are a part of. Whereas always the converse of that starts with who once was a Vala, from what I understand, who is even above Gandalf. They're like small deities in some sense, like angels, one might think. His greed and desire for power over creation, over the world, right? His desire for authority caused him to fall, and he created things in his power that caused Sauron to fall from his Maya status. So he is like an equal to Gandalf. And Morgoth, once he fell, caused Sauron to fall and become dark and evil because power corrupted him. And you can really see the dichotomy there. It's very interesting to me. Oh, and I'm sure somebody's gonna hop on my, comment section with, oh, that's not how you pronounce that. It's this other pronunciation, whatever. As long as you understand the point, as long as you understand, what's going on in my head, it's fine. Just leave it alone. It'll be okay. You'll be all right. But to tie it all back together, the idea that doing good and striving for better can inspire those around to do better and strive for better as well. It gives me some encouragement as someone who is education adjacent, right? Because it shows me that if you have people who are positive and joyful and amiable and amicable and everything positive and good. Maybe not all the time, but generally, right? You can inspire the students, the others that around you, the teachers, the support staff to be the same, right? To be everything positive and good and joyful in the world. And that really just heartens me. That encourages me greatly. That it starts with one person essentially, and if you're positive and joyful to another, you can be, right? And it's positive for everybody. Net positive, at least. Yeah, that's just really encouraging to me. And I know I'll say that like 4 times, but it is. It encourages me greatly, because lots of the way we see the world nowadays is just negative, and you're down in the dumps, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that people would do that people would act like that, people would say that, etc., 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 ad nauseum, until the end of days, right? The same thing over and over. But, people can be a positive force for change in that, and that's a good thing, I think. To give others hope is one of the best things. Well, that's all for today, folks. Bye. This is Pickles.